So we live, we back in this. Yo, I gotta first say thank you guys for joining us in back. This report is solo travel idea. I'm here with my good friends. I got James on the left hand side. I also got my boy Bacchus as well. So he's actually be back. So first off, first thing I want to say, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Please don't forget to hit that bell after you subscribe. And right now we're actually live here in Medellin, Colombia.
Medellin. Show them live view. Show them live view. That is not a backdrop. That is real as can be. It's a beautiful night out here on a Saturday night, and oh man, this looks like it's gonna go down real nice and clear night, man. Gonna have a lot of fun today.
Okay, hold on. We got echoes here, so hold on. Let me fix that. Hold on a moment here. Let me know if you guys can hear us now. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. We'll play right here. Hit a 1 if you guys can hear it clear. Hit a 2 if it's really bad. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Okay, so audio sounding pretty bad. Hold on, I'm gonna correct that. Hold on, just a moment. All right. Mic check.
Battery's about to go back and switch it out for outside live. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It might be the echo here. I got something for that. We will eliminate that, and that should fix the echo. Let me know if you guys can hear me a lot better. Hit a 1 if you guys can hear me well. Hit a 2 if you can't really hear me. I can hear. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. How's it? How does it sound? They're nice and crisp.
Is that your last battery? Is that the last battery?
I guess the echo's still pretty bad. Okay, hold on a moment here. Yeah, we'll just do it this way, just to fix the audio. Sorry, guys, for the delay, for the issues that's going on.
Outside should be good now. Because you can plug in right at the PS4 for charging.
This is how we'll do it. We're just going to use one mic.
Okay.
So how that sounds, guys. Let me know if this sounds a lot better. Hit a 1 if it sounds better. Hit a 2 if it's still pretty bad. Okay, yeah, so it's good now. So we're going to have to use this one. What? We'll use that one instead. That one's on the tripod. We'll just mess with that one.
Yeah, that's fine. Just let me know how that's coming in. Ken, let me know if you're good. Things are a little bit different when you travel, man. You got to bring a lot of stuff, and things don't like to work. It's not as easy as it looks. So
Yeah, if only you guys knew exactly how long it took us to even get ready.
Right, the sun was still up when we started, okay? But it's all good. We here now.
All right, so here we go. So, still, I want to make sure I can hear this.
Still up when we started, okay?
She left the key downstairs? Okay. All right, perfect. All right. Sorry, guys, for all the stuff that's going on and everything. But nonetheless, hey, we're here. We're back with another show. Back with another one. I'm glad I have my boy here, Bacchus, on the show. And also, I see a couple of you guys out there. Thanks for thanks so much for joining in. I got my child's mother. She's actually here. She's asking if you're her brother. Of course, no. Nah, you look exactly like me. You guys resemble each other.
Oh no.
There's
only one.
It's far from him, but nonetheless, you know, right now we got James in the building as well. We're actually at his spot. His spot is pretty dope. Definitely, I gotta thank him just for
this is what you guys need to inspire to be like. See that outside view, man? That's from his balcony. That's what we look like. I'm gonna head out there and show you this is real. This is not a backdrop. This is not a blue screen. This is not faking the funk. He actually just ran downstairs real quick, but he'll be back. But it's a nice view. I'm gonna post a video of a little drone footage that we did earlier today. But we got everything set up, but everything's copacetic, man. It's a beautiful day here in Medellin. Thank God I got here. Some of y'all already see my video about how Spirit bent me over with no Vaseline.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to touch on. I want to first start off about the whole thing of your Spirit trip, of how that whole thing happened. Because you know what, before we even got on the flight, we were talking back and forth, and you know how I feel about Spirit. And you guys know that I actually released a video about how, Spirit. I'm like, yo, don't stop using Spirit. Don't use them. But Spirit actually did something different.
Balling like that, man. Look, man, I got child support, man. I got unemployment. I got WIC, bro. I'm still trying to live my life, man. I can't be spending no $700 a trip for a weekend. Forget about it, man. I might as well stay stateside. But no, Spirit. What basically happened is I live in Atlanta, so I've been looking at the news and whatnot. They've been canceling all domestic flight is what I realized. It was canceling domestic flights. So Atlanta to Chicago or Atlanta to New York or wherever the case may be, that's what have been messing people up. So what I did, I try to play this smart, is I bought a ticket on Delta. Fuck it, go ahead. I live in the ATL. I bought a ticket on Delta and we went from there.
Yeah, I know one thing is that you bought the ticket, but one of the things that you were telling me is that didn't you have to purchase like a separate ticket? Like I think what you said, Delta?
Yeah, I bought a separate ticket on Delta from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. Then I bought a ticket on I already had my ticket on Spirit from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale to Columbia. But when I showed up to the counter in Fort Lauderdale to get on my flight, they was like, oh, we canceled this all the way through, seeing that they canceled from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. So I was like, hey, I'm here. All right, y'all gonna get me on here. But Spirit was talking that BS like, oh, we're just gonna rebook you. We all know Spirit don't rebook.
Yeah, that's what caught me off guard. That's never Spirit would never do that at all. So I'm like, what? After you told me that story, I actually seen an article. Or I was watching on nightly news, and they were saying that Spirit actually was working with other competitors to rebook other people because of all the issues that they're experiencing. So I thought that was actually strange, but interesting that they're actually doing that. I know that caught you off guard.
After they cut like 60% of their flights, they better hit some emergency levers. But nonetheless, they were still able to get me down here and hopefully get me back. But I still got my ticket on Delta from Fort Lauderdale to Atlanta, just in case they cancel that one too. So I'm good. It's just covering your tail. It cost me an extra $250. It is what it is. I ain't been down here in a minute, and I needed to get out. I couldn't wait no much longer.
Oh no, I gotta talk about Kendall, man. Because we go back and forth. He's like, I have to rebook with Spirit. Stop hating. Hey man,
soul plane. Basically,
exactly.
Basically,
you can't hate if it's trash. So there's no way you can hate.
And it ain't stunting if it's true. So I mean, none of these people out here care how you got here. They just care that you here. All right. So that's how we're gonna keep it.
Yeah, also we got Jay in here. He said Americans do the same thing. Yeah. You know what, Jay? American did have some issues or so, but a lot of that stuff got resolved. Right now, from what I've heard, the last report is that Spirit, they're still going to be experiencing this problem up until mid next week that's coming up, probably Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. But it still sucks the fact that there's going to be a lot of cancellation, a lot of domestic cancellation. That's going to be a problem, and we know how it is with trying to get your money back with Spirit. So maybe they're trying to do right this time. Who knows? But anyways, let's get to the main meat of the story of why we're actually here, because last time last time I had an interview with Bacchus, he actually was getting ready to go to Rio, and unfortunately we're going to do a video on Rio while he was there, but he ran into some issues. You know how Rio is with the internet, so we couldn't really get that live going for you guys. So now we finally got an opportunity to meet up here in Medellin, and it's funny that we didn't even plan this. It just so happens that he's actually here while I'm here, and it always work out that way every single time I travel. But nonetheless, so how's your experience been here in Medellin?
Oh, it's been cool, man. This is I think my 5th time in Colombia, 3rd or 4th time in Medellin. Much nicer once you kind of know the area, know how things go. You know where to get your money. You know where to do this. You know where to do that. You kind of got your niche, right? It's like another neighborhood. It's like going to visit your cousin, in another city. You already know the spots to go and hang out. So it's much better and easier. Had a couple of the homies out here. Ain't really been turning up. I've been behaving this trip. And
of course, I gotta ask James, because he's an expat living here. He's been here for how many years have you been living here?
I've lived here in Medellin for almost 4.5 years. Well, no, almost 4 years. In August of 2017, I moved here.
Nice. So you've seen everything you could think of so far.
Not necessarily everything, but I've been here enough to see what's around the corner a couple of times. And to Bacchus's point, once you learn the lay of the land of where you can find stuff and where you need to go for stuff, it's fairly straightforward. I mean, you guys have seen the city. I tell people that Medellin reminds me of Minneapolis, where everybody speaks Spanish. Because you got the mountains, the infrastructure's straight, the streets are similar, in my opinion, but except for that everybody speaks Spanish, it really feels like Minneapolis.
Oh, nice. The Twin Cities, man.
Yep.
And before living here, you were saying that you actually lived in DR before?
I lived in Punta Cana for 3.5 years. And I actually left the U.S. in March 2014. So it's been an interesting 7 years outside of the U.S., watching what's going on in the U.S. and enjoying it from a distance, shall we say.
I bet. Every time I turn on the news, I'm like, what the hell's going on again?
Exactly. And I'm like, what the hell's going on in here? And I don't have to live in it because I live here. It's been an interesting, almost exactly 4 years between the last presidential election and this one. So I got to watch that all from a distance.
Like, damn, they fucking up over there. Too bad I ain't there. I gotta worry about it.
As long as they run me my money.
That's all that matters.
So yeah, it's been
1st and the 15th, man. Checking the account, like
Yeah, every Friday on the dot, man. Every Friday on the dot.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you gonna stay or you gonna go? And if you do go, where would you go?
I'm working out some visa issues right now.
Okay.
They are. So what happened was in January, President of Colombia made a regularization process for all the Venezuelans that came here. So between those and all the expats that need to renew their visas, everything's tied up. Everything's being real strict. So we're working that through. Hopefully that'll be done fairly soon, but we'll see what happens. If I have to move, I'm looking at Panama, I'm looking at Mexico, and I'm looking at Bermuda.
Oh, nice. Well, before we get deeper into that, we're gonna have a whole separate live for that whole thing when we go deep down
next time.
Into his expat, being an expat and moving around and so forth, because I know a lot of people want to know all about that, and I just want to make sure we focus on that. But since we're on Rio, I'm gonna bring it back over to that conversation, and I want to know. Well, first I'm gonna start with Bacchus. I want to know how did you feel about Rio? Because this was your first time going there.
My first time in Rio, it wasn't as expected. Things were a little bit different, but what I did like about it, it was very easy to get around. Uber was so damn cheap. I felt bad. I always wanted to pay them in cash. I was like, $2. It's like, really? Here's a $5. Here's a $5. I feel bad.
I love me some Uber and
Uber and Rio.
well.
But I ain't gonna lie, that adds up after a while, man. I came home, it was a $200 bill. I was like, nah, I need my $5 back. I'm broke. But no, Rio. We went in June for my birthday, and that's their winter. So the beaches wasn't as packed. They're just coming off a lockdown, so it wasn't when you hear Rio in your head and you just see parties 24/7 and you just like running into everybody. It wasn't like that. The most people that was out there was mainly us, and not too many locals. It was a hard time meeting locals. We went to some high-end clubs. Them girls was snotty as hell. I was like, God damn, that was a little different. And of course, we hit the party spots, which was more fun. But of course, you got to pay to play. All in all, the beach was nice to visit. It was still too cold to get in. The sightseeing was wonderful because it wasn't fully open. So it was the best time to go to see things because you're able to see more in less time instead of standing in line all day for the Christ, standing in line all day for the mountains or whatever. But all in all, scale from 1 to 10, I'll have to give it like a solid 3.5, maybe 4.
Really?
Yeah, that was just my personal experience. Like I said, so we come to Medellin, we go to Mexico, we go to DR. So Spanish is a little good, but when you go to Rio, that is Portuguese. That's a whole new world.
Yeah, that's
but you know what?
Thing. Oh, go ahead.
One thing I've found is, even as bad as my Spanish is, the Portuguese people understand Spanish.
Yep.
They'll reply in Portuguese.
That's where they get you.
You can say what you want to say in Spanish,
what you want to say, and
they'll understand, but they're going to reply in Portuguese where you don't understand.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I actually got a story about that. That actually threw me off. I was trying to find a location because you know that in Brazil they use a special type of power connectors. They don't use the regular.
Right. They have the European power
connectors.
connector. Yeah, I got me that.
So I was going around because I tried to use the one that I used in Europe, but that one wasn't working. So I had to get the special one that was in
Amazon.
Brazil.
And you know what? The near the newsstands, they sell the power adapters.
Okay.
And they're dirt cheap, but they don't always work.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Roll of the dice.
It's very much a roll of dice. So what I ended up buying was I bought a power strip surge protector that had a European end and an adapter for the US. So I can use the same power strip. It takes 4 USBs and 3 120s, and I can use it in the US or I can use it here, or I can use it in Brazil.
How much did it cost you or so to get that?
$35 on Amazon.
On Amazon? Okay, perfect. Yeah, because it's funny. Because and to get back to my story was that I actually was running around from store to store. How I found out about the newsstand was that each person kept telling me to go to that newsstand, but they kept using their hands and telling me trying to understand what they're saying in Portuguese. And I'm like, what?
That's exactly it.
Finally, I got there, but you know what? I wish I had, but that was like years ago when I went. I wish I was able to purchase that because, I had totally forgot about, Brazil, that they had the special power connector.
Yeah, and first time I went, I didn't know because almost every other place in South America uses the U.S. style.
Yeah, here in Colombia, we use the U.S. style, no problem. But if you really going to be about that international life, you need to have a couple of these different things under your bed in the shoebox,
very much so.
So you know what to use.
Very much so.
When it's
the
time
adapters,
to go.
USB battery pack. Sometimes you're going to be out of pocket and you need to keep your phone going.
Yeah. Especially when you try to call that Uber after the club and you're at 2%, and you're like, yeah.
Oh man,
yeah, boy, you're gonna be paying more for that taxi ride.
Yeah, because the taxis are no joke there. I mean, they're not as expensive as taxis in DR, but if you don't speak the language, you don't know when you're gonna get finessed. Literally taken for a ride.
I had that happen to me in Amsterdam and in Sydney, where my phone went dead and I was in the middle of bumfucking over and I couldn't find my way back home. It was the most hilarious, funniest thing I ever in my life.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's a story for another time. It was funny as hell. I can laugh at it now.
So James, what's your perspective of Brazil or Rio?
I've been to Rio, I want to say 4 times, and I was in a fairly walkable area because I stayed in Ipanema.
Ah, yes.
And
I did too.
It was very walkable, lots of stores. I didn't know ATMs and coffee shops and fast food places and all that, but fortunately in Ipanema, there's a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a McDonald's, there's a Burger King. And then from there, I branched off into some of the more local spots. We actually found a very cool, to this day, I can't remember the name of it, but I know where it is. The Brazilian steakhouses. There's an excellent one right there in Ipanema. The equivalent of, well, it's like 100 reals.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, with the exchange rate the way it is, that's $20 a head.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it is an excellent. The salad bar is straight. The meats are straight. The only thing that throws me for a loop are the chicken hearts on the stick.
Oh yeah, those. I actually had a couple of those. I enjoyed that.
I'm not that adventurous, and I'm going to eat some chicken hearts.
This is
no.
Brazil.
That's a negative for me. That's
To
not,
see.
I can't do that.
I mean, everything else they got is straight. The chicken is straight. The sauce is straight. They got 5 or 6 cuts of beef, and you know what? I don't need chicken hearts.
I got so much other things on the stick. I'm good.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Nope. And not throwing shade against the food, because their food is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
We ended up, speaking of their food, we ended up at Sugarloaf.
Okay, Sugarloaf Mountain. I went up there. That was cool.
So near Sugarloaf, near the exit for Sugarloaf, is a turnaround for buses.
Yeah, the big roundabout.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's a steak place right there.
Really?
Yeah. And it's for the bus drivers and all that.
Oh, man.
So it's not all you can eat, but the food is amazing.
Yeah, I when I came down the mountain, there's a big roundabout there, and it had the waterfall thingy and the statue. I hung out there.
Not
for
that
a little-
one.
Not that roundabout?
One. You go
one further up?
The one further up,
Okay.
past the restaurants.
I walked that way, like going to the mall, because you got to go through the mall to come back around, and okay.
That's it.
I remember.
That place was amazing.
We got a question. Sorry, just to bring it back.
Yes, go ahead.
About the chicken hearts. Is it healthy?
We still alive.
Well, but I didn't eat them, so
I'm still alive.
Oh, he's still alive. So he ate it. At least we know that he
Check
ate
my
it.
pulse.
We know James didn't have it, but
I didn't have.
I had it. I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm still good. You know, I can still see my toes at Rio. Okay, 10 fingers, 10 toes. I got them. Okay.
I mean, they literally just had them on the same size skewer as everything else was on.
This thing is big knife.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
they just poke in there and just peel it off. I actually went to 3 different steakhouses while I was there, and I think the prices varied. It varied from like, I think 80 reais to 180 reais. So like more high end, but they had so much. But I went with friends, and we just went ham. So it was good.
It was a nice time because again, 100 reals, and it's really like Texas de Brazil or Fogo de Chão. The sides are extra. The salad bar's included. The meats are the main attraction.
Yeah.
And now, aside from that, because I was in Ipanema, the beaches were straight. We went the last time in end of November for like Thanksgiving weekend, and there were a ton of locals hanging at the beaches. The water was still really cold, but the air temperature was very comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you not, the beach was full of nice, tight brown asses. I kid you not.
oh yeah.
And
We saw some.
in Brazil, a Brazilian bikini is just a bikini.
Just to get,
It's just a
it's a big
bikini.
difference.
It's just what everybody wears.
I know I stayed on. The homies had a beach party that was nice. I stayed on the beach. I ended up buying some of the food on the beach because I was hungry and I was leaving in a couple of days. I had money to get rid of, and I'm getting these big shrimps, like yay big, man, for like
yes, they don't play.
Like $6, I guess, or something like that.
$1 each, basically.
Yeah, and it was huge. Filled me up. Got some corn. Got some drinks. They was bringing me drinks and whatnot. Everybody just had a line out because I was buying everything off the beach.
So I gotta ask, for those that never been to Rio, what is your take comparing Rio beaches to Cartagena beaches? How do you guys?
Much cleaner.
How would you guys do it?
Much cleaner.
Much cleaner
in Rio.
In Rio.
Much cleaner in Rio. Much cleaner in Rio. Less beggars.
Yeah, we know about Cartagena.
So the cool thing that I found about the Rio Beach, just in general, is each section has a number.
Right, I like that part.
So if somebody's looking for you, just tell them what section number you're in, and at the very least, they go to that section
and then go from
and
there.
look around in that section. The other cool thing about it is each section has the food and drink vendor, and the quality and price difference varies between them. We found one guy that did double shots of mojitos for, I want to say, 7 or 8 reals.
Nice.
And he spoke some English, so we could communicate with him. The girls we were with negotiated him down about 100 reals on the price.
So what's that in US dollars?
They shaved about $20 off the price.
Okay.
But they just did that. We didn't ask them to do it. And the girls we were there with, I've known the girl for probably 4 or 5 years now, and my boys knew their girls for at least 2 or 3 years. So it's not like they didn't know us. I mean, we were all friends and whatnot, so they looked out for us. And then later that night, we ended up at Lapa. And did you go to Lapa while you were there?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what club you went to?
Oh, the Lapa area. That's by the steps.
Yes.
I did. Actually, I just bar hopped. My friend that was there, she showed me around. So I can't remember the name of it, but it was like one of the busiest ones because when you went and when I went was different. You went pre-COVID. I went post-COVID.
No, it wasn't pre-COVID.
When'd you go last?
November of last year.
Oh, you went in COVID.
I went in.
Well,
I came back with COVID. That's how in COVID it was.
Came back when I went in Lapa at the very end, right there by the arches. There's like this place where they used to do like like a circus. I can't say that damn word. It's like a circus thing that they used to do.
Yeah.
So that place across the street is an outside bar, and they do like live music, cover band.
Yep.
So
was there when we went.
I can't remember the name of it, but we was there, and then we started there, and we worked our way down. We went to the strip club that's down there, and a whole bunch of other places, and it was outside. It was beautiful. Had some local food. So we just started from one end, work our way down. To tell you which ones we went to, I don't know.
So you ended up near the church if you went all the way down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And just an FYI, I'm sharing when you were at the stairs in Lapa.
Right. That was the stairs in Lapa. So from right there, if you go there at night, from right there, you can go and see so much more than just the stairs. Go see the arch. Start from the arch, work your way downhill. You most definitely have a good time.
Yep.
I like that. It reminds me of downtown USA, any kind of college town or whatnot.
Yeah, very much. We ended up at Pub Creole, and Pub Creole didn't play no American music. It was all Brazilian funk, and we danced our asses off.
I like that
up in that place.
That Brazilian funk.
I can tell you let me see. I can tell you the name of the places that we went.
And it was amazing.
That's what's in there.
That everybody, not everybody, all the women were doing the exact same booty dance up in that
Drop
place.
it like it's hot.
They were dropping it like they were Brazilian. I mean, even some of the older chicks were dropping it like it's hot, and it clearly is just in their blood.
Right.
And when I say I came back with COVID, I think I caught COVID just before I left, because I was only there for like 4 or 5 days, and I was out of it
And that was your last
by
trip.
Monday. That was my last trip there.
Yeah.
So, but because normally I'll dance until like 4 or 5 in the morning. That night I was done about 1 or 2,
Yeah.
and that's how I knew something was wrong.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was still a blast, and I'm trying to go back again. Once I get my visa stuff straight, I'll be back there again. I may actually take an extended trip this next time, because as long as I've got my laptop and my internet,
Good to go.
I can work there, and I've got good internet there.
And well, it depends on where you go, because that's what happened last time. We were supposed to do a show out there, and man, I could not connect for nothing, man. So the place we were staying just had really bad internet. So you want to make sure everybody's going to say, yeah, the internet's great, but you really got to go out there and see it for yourself. You just can't go, willy-nilly.
One thing I'll recommend is Google Fi.
Yeah.
Google Fi works here, works there. It automatically connects.
Nice.
And it's not the fastest, but it's a reliable connection.
Nice. As long as you got reliable connection, that's all that matters.
Right.
Especially
And it's a reliable 4G connection.
Oh,
That's
that's
what's up.
perfect.
That's good.
That's what I'm
That'll
talking
work.
about.
So test when you get the chance, test to see if you can live stream over that. And if you can, just make sure you got a Google Fi sim and you're good to go.
I'm gonna have to check that out next time I go to Brazil, because I gotta go back there. It's been about maybe 3 years since I've been to Brazil. So I gotta go back. But nonetheless, let's get you guys. I'm gonna get your take on about the nightlife. Since we're already on that whole subject, how would you rank the nightlife compared to all the other places you've been to?
It's
Go ahead. I gotta think of mine, because mine is different.
Yeah. We know.
I've been a handful of places, and I would say the nightlife there is comparable to the nightlife in Punta Cana, where folks really, really, really know how to party and will party literally all night long. There's places in Punta Cana where I went that opened at 9 for the vacationing gringos, and then about 1 o'clock, the Dominicans came in. They closed the place at 7.
Damn.
And then the after hour spot opened at 3 and went till 10 or 11. And that's kind of what I experienced my second trip. But you kind of got to go with somebody who knows where the party is.
Right, and that's those are the clubs I was saying. So
that
that was the thing for me. So in Rio, for me, you really had to know where to go. What I realized when I was talking to one of my friends, it was basically like, if she didn't take me to these places, I would have never found it on my own. Right. Not only was I in Lapa, we partied in Lapa for a couple hours. Then she'd be like, okay, we got to go to this place. And I was like, was up the street? He's like, no, we got to take a taxi. Jump in the Uber, and like 15 minutes later, we're at another place. Where the hell are you going to kidnap me? And it was another club. And if you didn't know, you didn't know, because the clubs out there are very fluid.
Yes.
Like today, this is the hot spot. Next week, that's the hot spot. And then I found a couple of places that I was trying to tell my friend, where is this club? And it was like, oh, this club operates one weekend a month, and it's never the same place twice.
Yes.
So you have to be in the know.
You got to know
where to go. I followed them on IG. I'm like, what's the address? It's like, if you didn't know,
right,
you were SOL. You would wake up in the morning and be like, man, they were turned up last night and I missed it.
So with the photo I'm sharing, is this from that club that you went to?
That is actually in Maps.
Oh, Mavs, yeah, that's right.
This particular one is in Mavs. If people know about Mavs, you can see the reason why that is Mavs. This was just a picture she took that it was just being fun, playing with the DJ booth. The other photos was actually in Lapa. Yeah, so that one for say that was in the club in Lapa. If you share that one, yeah, just tonight she was fun. Hang out, spoke very little English, but was down to hang out with me, and being introduced by a local Brazilian always helps. Yeah, for the
introductions
most part.
are king.
Yeah, like honest to God truth, they wouldn't give me the time of day, but the second my local person was like, "Oh, I went to school with her brother and yada yada yada, and this is my friend. He came from America." And then it was like, boom.
Right, then it's
I was
party.
like, "Hey, I see no drink in your hand. What's up?" And next you know, she's dropping like it's hot on me all
Right.
damn night long. It's all good. And then, you know, sometimes if you got a fire in a spot, you could have a party at your spot.
Right.
Get some strobe lights, man, and invite them back and do your thing.
And there's a Monday night spot that I need to find. I was kind of out of it the last trip, but the Monday night spot is jumping. And I got to find where it is because that's one of the spots that the locals know.
Mhm.
It's I want to say it's a house music spot.
Did you go to Rio Casablanca?
No,
Oh my!
I don't know where
goodness.
that is.
That is north, and I think that cost me the most. I think it cost me $17 Uber, right? But
So about 100 reals, more or less.
basically, I couldn't get the point. But
Right.
and then it was another 50 or so to get in. But nonetheless, small place, rooftop, up north, off the beaten path, in the middle of everything. Hot fire.
Did you
It's
go
a
to
must
the
go back.
restaurant at the top of the Vidigal Mountain?
No, man, we tried to go. It was raining. It was an SOB event. We was trying to go, but we was on our way up there, and we just saw the lightning strike, and it was like,
Right.
nah,
Yes.
man, did a U-turn.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
forget about it.
That restaurant is the bomb. You can see. So
we gotta find that restaurant.
it's south on the coast. So looking north, you've got a good view of the entire beach. You can almost see up to that little cove. Just past
everybody
Copacabana.
live here.
Um,
I'm gonna share my screen so everybody can see
The
this.
thing
The food was excellent. And then we stopped on the way down at the nightclub.
You're not talking about the one in the favelas, are you?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
talking about the one in the favelas.
The one in the favelas.
Yes.
Okay.
And everybody's telling me Vidigal's dangerous, Vidigal's dangerous. People were cool as hell.
So I'm sharing this here. I want to know, but I'm gonna have to kill this here
Right.
so we can move this around. So the question is, where is that at?
What's the
Okay,
name of it?
so keep going.
I think I have it on my maps.
So find Vidigal.
Where is that at? 'Cause this is
While they do that, let me just say
Copacabana.
this.
Okay, so we got Copacabana,
Uh-huh.
we got Ipanema, we got Leblon, and then we got Vidigal.
So it must. Oh, here we go. It must be over here.
Yes. Yeah, so I think that's the mountain,
Right here. All right.
and it's at the top of that mountain. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but
Find
I
that.
had them too.
Yeah, if you can find that
trying
information.
to- I had
Everybody's
them too.
asking about it.
so here's what you got to do to get there. You got to take a taxi to the bottom of the mountain, and it's got a particular name to get to that right location. And then there's a little van that you tip the guy a few bucks, and that's the observation deck. That's not the restaurant.
Okay, but they're close to each other. They're next to each other, I believe.
Where's that at?
Well, the restaurant has its own view.
Oh, that's way. Okay, so that's more over there. Hold on, let me zoom
Yeah.
out.
So here's something I realized about Rio
Let me get the name
and
here.
what my
This
friend,
guy.
what my friends was telling me is yes, you can go to Rio and see and do a lot, but what I also realized a lot of cool things are just on the outskirts of Rio.
Yes.
It might like 45-minute or hour drive to go see something different. You're not in Rio, but you're in the city. You're close by. So I think that's the observation deck, but it's close by. I can't remember exactly where it is. But I had so many things tagged that I wanted to go see and do that I just couldn't do. I was there for 10 days and I was gone every morning from 8 in the morning. I got home about 9 at night every day, and I still didn't see everything. So Rio is most definitely a place that you have to go multiple times.
Absolutely.
To keep trying.
And it's one of those places where, like you said earlier, if you got a local, you're going to experience a different kind of place than if you're just a tourist on your own.
Of course.
And the people are cool as hell. I actually made a couple of friends of taxi drivers.
Best thing to do, get
And
around.
This guy, my first trip, he took me around everywhere. And I was there with a friend of ours too.
You still got the taxi guy information? You want to share that?
Gustavo is his name.
Gustavo. Oh, that sounds like a
I know Gustavo. I know exactly who you're talking about. Like going to Colombia looking for a dude named Juan. It was like, yeah.
You know what? No. But now tell me I'm lying. Did y'all talk to Gus in Cartagena?
In Cali? Yeah.
Gus is our man. We all know Gus.
So we know what I'm saying when I got Gustavo in Rio, because you know what I'm talking about.
See, I actually got a video on Gus. I actually made a video. So
Yeah, he did do a video on
you
Gus.
guys want to check it out? Check out Gus. If you ever go to Cali, Colombia,
Gus is the man. He'll help you out.
He is the man. He'll take you everywhere for a
Gus
cheap
speaks
price.
good English.
Perfect
yeah.
English.
Okay, so Gustavo in Rio is +55 21 985 77 2020.
Yeah, for you guys out there want to get the number, say one more time for all those guys that trying to write it down.
Or just pause it and round it back.
Well, this for the live, for the live.
Okay.
But for those of you guys,
55 +55 21 98577 2020. Tell him James sent you from Chicago, because that's how he knows me. And he'll hook you up. He'll come get you at any hour of the night. He'll take you to the airport. Like the flights, I take Copa, so the flight from Copa and really Avianca leaves at 4 a.m. He'll come get me at 2.
That's what's up.
We'll talk about.
And will get me there. The last time I went back, the sun was rising at about on our way to the airport. He actually pulled over and let me get pictures of the sunrise along the main highway in Rio.
That's like Gus.
Yeah.
Cali.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm telling you, Gus ended up getting some of the homies. They try to run game and run scam on some of the homies, and Gus stepped in and killed that noise real quick. They did not like him after that, but hey, that's the kind of quality that you pay for, and he ain't busting you in the head neither.
Yeah.
So that's what we need in the circle, that to somebody that's going to watch your back. And if somebody's going to watch your back like that, don't be a cheapskate. Break them off.
Break them off.
Break them
Tim
off.
and Tim. So before we knock on jump on the next subject, there's some questions that's actually here. I want to go over. So my boy Almar, thanks for joining in. So he was asking where we're broadcasting live from. We're in Medellin, Colombia. This is where we're at. I'm sure you missed the backdrop. I don't know if I can even show you got the backdrop. Yeah,
You got to put it back in.
Oh yeah. Well, it was dead anyways by the time I did that. So, but yeah. Well, let's see. Let's bring this.
We are in El Poblado.
Yeah, we're in El Poblado in the sub areas called Mia de Oro, Golden Mile, and excellent view.
That's the view you're looking at now.
Yep. So that's where we at right now currently. So we actually in his penthouse here. He over here stunned on us.
Bienvenido a Medellin.
So and then next, we got what else here? Oh yeah. So someone asked, about Rio. It was basically asking, not to be mean, but are Black women welcome in Rio?
Nope.
Well,
Black women.
Don't ask me that.
Black women are welcome in Rio. Black women are there in Rio because Rio was one of the stops in slave trade.
Exactly. Got most of the Black people in Rio.
So that's the thing about Rio is when I was going there, I expected to see dark skin, big natural hair, just sexy and cool. But honest to God truth, I did not see much of that. Going to Rio felt like I went to Europe. It is a Portuguese, Portuguese?
Portugal?
It's basically Portugal,
basically.
Runs Rio, Brazil, whatnot. But you have to go to the outskirts. You have to go outside of Rio to really see the natural Blackers. And yes, there was a few. We met some. It was very nice, very cool. But it wasn't as much as I expected.
Right.
It was kind of like if I went to Brooklyn back in the 90s, I'll see nothing but Black girls. Now Brooklyn got nothing but white girls and Boricuas. So it's a little different, but they are welcomed. Some friends we met some American Black girls that was there hanging out. But I guess it all depends on what you're going for. If you're just going to the beach and to sightsee and do this and that, you'll be okay. But don't be surprised if somebody walks up to you as a black girl and just
Start speaking Portuguese.
You're gonna look at them like a deer in the headlight.
Now, and the cool thing we saw was at the beach. I can't tell you how many natural hairstyles I saw.
I love that, man. Oh my God.
So
give me a sister with a natural all day, man.
And like, I kid you not, skin about this color and the natural hair.
Bronze.
Yes. So it was a thing to behold. And you know what? As cold as that water was, they were still in it.
Oh yeah.
They were straight up enjoying, but they live there.
Right.
Just like Colombian girls and the cool pools here. They'll get in, they don't care how cool it is. It's what they're used to.
Yeah. So we got a super chat here. I gotta address this, and I'm gonna get back to Kendall to his question. So we got a super chat from Worship the King, $5. He said, between Rio and Medellin, what would be good for a young traveler looking to relocate? Less tricking and more dating, if that helps.
Less tricking?
Yeah, and more dating. So you're looking for non-pros, regular
non-pros? There's non-pros everywhere. But the question would be, which one are you stronger in? Portuguese or Espanol?
Yes, that's going to be the
your
barrier.
first question.
That's going to be the barrier. So you need to be able to communicate, and beyond using Google Translate. And
that's
regular girls are not going to just sleep with gringos on vacation right off the bat. Regular girls don't want to be a cliche.
Right. So it's a lot more. I mean, we would like to answer it simple.
It's more than just which is better. It's you gotta invest some time, and you might have to invest some dollars in showing someone a good time, but it's definitely doable. But you gotta take your time. You're not gonna get off the plane and meet a regular girl and she's just gonna move into your place and stay with you for a week.
Right. We have friends that in the group that go to Mexico all the time and go to Brazil all the time, and they both speak the language fluently. One time they switched. One went to Brazil, the other one went to Mexico, and it was like, this is different. This is not what I'm used to. You're out of your comfort zone. I say do both. Your first time is what I like to call a scouting trip. We're just checking it out. We're just seeing. We're getting the layout of the land. I've watched a million YouTube videos. I read the books. I've heard from everybody. But you and I could go on a trip together, and you and I would have two different experiences.
Yeah.
So you have to do it yourself. You go and you see. The first trip, just a scouting trip. The second, third, fourth, or fifth, then you have a better understanding of, I do like A, but I think B is where I'm going to end up being.
Right. So, and something to keep in mind is, regardless of where you go, don't treat these women like they're all whores, because they're not all whores.
Right. Yep. You might miss out on some real good girls.
You might miss out on some real good girls, because a buddy of mine would always step to every woman he meets as if she's a whore, and then would always complain about, all we meet is girls who want to get paid to hang out. Well, yeah, because you chase the regular girls away, and all you're left with is whores, and the whores are working.
Yeah,
they're not just out to drink. They're trying to pay bills.
This is vacation for you and you only. They out here trying to get their bills paid.
Right.
And let's say, I always like to tell people too, even if you're hanging out with non-pros and they do their own thing, still courtesy to still break them off. It ain't hurting you.
Yep.
The appreciation. It's not necessarily just appreciation. Right. There's a difference between pay to play and, I appreciate you spending your day off with me and showing me around.
Yeah, because they're losing money no matter what, as far as them, not working. Because a lot of the women here, especially non-pros, they work like 6 days a week.
Right,
so,
exactly.
And that's one of the biggest things is that they're taking time off to sleep.
And even if they didn't take time off from work, they took time away from family.
Yeah, and that's most important.
Family's big in both cultures.
Yes,
very much so.
Yep. And one thing I also want to bring up, know the culture of the country you're going to. Because I think when someone said that you want to pick up women in Colombia, you got to know the culture of each, even the city culture, because each city has their own type of subculture.
Right.
So you got to make sure you do your investigation, do your research. It's more than just
take no for an answer.
Oh, yeah.
If a lady's not interested and she's not a hooker, all you're gonna do is piss her off by being persistent.
Oh yeah,
This ain't the
disrespect.
movies.
Everybody got a price, baby. Nah.
This ain't the movies.
She gonna call some of them boys in the favelas and put it on you. I think James could answer this one best. This next question,
Yeah, so we got another one. So we got one from Wars Are Weapons. He says, "Where is a good place to date in Colombia? Not pick up the paid women, but pay for Playboy. Just looking for regular women."
Rent a space in a co-working facility.
You know,
Co-working, yeah.
like we work.
Yes,
There
because
is a we work down here. I think I saw.
there's 3 of them down here, because you will meet women with jobs in these places,
That's some game right there.
and you meet someone with a job, and you can speak the language, and bring coffee one day,
The good stuff.
and bring enough for her and her coworkers. And at the very least, you'll make some friends that might introduce you to somebody who's looking for a gringo boyfriend.
And here's something I've learned: it's never just the first person you meet that you're going to date. If they're not interested and it's cool, just still be friends with them, because they're going to be your in for meeting others. Because we all know you meet one chica and then you start dating her and she introduces you to her friends. It's just like, God damn, they better than her. But I got the bottom of the barrel.
But you know what? Even the bottom of the barrel in Colombia
It's still nice.
is still pretty damn nice. So it's, if you really want to meet somebody who's going to be responsible, stop going to Parqueros.
Yes, stay away from there.
Stop going to La
Yeah.
Setenta.
What they were
Stop
saying.
going to
the mansion.
33.
Yep.
And stop going to La Isla.
Yes,
You're not going to meet.
stay out of Mabs. Stay out of Dolce.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Because those are not the places you're going to meet good girls. The places you're going to meet good girls are where good girls have a job. And you're not going to.
And also, I noticed that a lot of the regular girls, they don't really leave the barrio as much. You know,
Well, they do, but regular girls don't go solo to Parqueros.
oh yeah, they're always in the group with a friend.
They're always with a group because they're not looking to pick up or meet guys.
Deterrent.
Right, that's exactly it. So get a space, because you can do a drop-in space at a WeWork or a Tinko and work from there. So bring your laptop, do what you need to do. They're not expensive, and you will meet girls that you will never meet in Parqueros. They will never be in La Setenta.
And when you guys do go out, they'll take you to a nice restaurant outside that none of us know about, none of the mongers know about, nice, cool, chill spot, and just connection. So it takes a lot of time. You really got to put into to find out what's good and what fits for you, because you might be in one area and you might want to be in another. You might want to be in the city or you might want to be in the burbs. It all depends, and that also goes for places to stay. I'll tell you this is a very nice place. Yeah, no, no. You better off staying in Brooklyn or something. It ain't cheap. What is this? 3 levels?
Yeah, you got 3 levels here.
There's
yeah,
3 levels of a
spot.
rooftop. Man, look.
Well, I gotta give a shout out to Alma, man. Thanks so much for the $10 for the Cash app. Gotta give him a shout out for that.
That'll be going to Hookers and Blow tonight. Thank you very much, sir.
Really?
I go to the Kitty Cat Fund.
Kendall. Oh yeah, one of the questions we had, Kendall, he was actually in here. He had a question. Hold on, let me bring this scroll all the way back up here. So he said he needs some recommendation for his trip in November, and he talking about Rio.
In Rio,
Yeah,
okay.
Rio.
What kind of recommendations?
Well, we'll wait for him to reply back to that.
Yeah, Lane,
He just came
what's he
back,
looking
so
for?
he
What's he looking for? Is he looking
I
for
guess,
restaurants?
like,
Is he looking for clubs? Is he looking for hotels? Is he looking for Airbnb? What's he looking for?
I don't know, man. Good beach plays. Nobody knows.
Yeah, so
Is it all about the single life? What she asked?
I ignore her. She's just talking crazy right now. But
Oh,
Well, read it off. It might be
She
interesting.
says all about the single life. She's
here
not
we go.
married.
Here we go. So she says it's all about single life. Question mark. Not married? Question mark. We are all hoes.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. I
Yes,
am single. I am not married, and I'm about that life. So what?
I know it's a little different for her because I know you're taken. So
You ain't got to come over here with that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm throwing your business out there.
It is what it is. Not everybody's gonna be that. Can't find anything worth marrying stateside, so we got to go elsewhere. Go where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated.
Let's see what else here. See if we have any more questions. That's all. We got something from Almighty. Says, don't expect for the girls to pay just to be able to say, I ain't paying for nothing. I'm a pimp. Comments. Oh man.
You paying either which way, my G.
Yeah.
Either which way.
You're paying no matter what.
No matter what.
Oh, now we got Jay Clyde in the building. Yo, what up, Jay Clyde? Yo,
Salute.
Salute to him. He loves the O's in Rio. And now I know that he made the switch to Colombia now, so he's always over here in Colombia.
Okay, y'all. Medellin is closed. We got no more space. Y'all go back to Rio.
Now go back up from DR.
Yeah, go back to DR. Go back to Sosua.
Y'all go back to Sosua.
Go back to
We
Sosua.
closed.
Yeah.
We let nobody else in Medellin.
Don't Sosua my Medellin.
Don't be making my backyard into Sosua.
See, now the Brazilian guys, they're cool. Now those go from DR. That's a whole nother,
Man.
Words or weapons got a nice question. I don't mind answering that one because I did that.
This is right here. What are some of the nice beaches in Cartagena? Playa Blanco was okay, but are there others?
You have to get away from
Boca Grande. You got to
Boca
go
Grande. Because when you look at Cartagena, all you see is beaches and whatnot. Man, I went, my tour guide hooked me up. We went to Bora Bora, which is, and we did
one of the little islands, right?
One of the little islands, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the beaches with the beds and everything. Took a boat out there a whole day. Very nice. I think we saw like 4 or 5 different beaches. We went out there and just hung out. There was little to nobody there. And you could just bring the homies and bring some girls or whatever and just go out there and get off the beaten path. Because if you stay, Hollywood Beach, is that what it's called?
I think Hollywood Beach
is in
Boca Grande.
Yeah, you stay there, you're gonna see the same thing.
Right.
When I was there, it wasn't that good, but you gotta hit up my girl Nora. She most definitely will get you hooked up to get out there.
I'm told the other beaches to the north, close to the airport, are also clean. Because Boca Grande, the sand is basically gray.
Yeah, I thought that was only me. I thought it was just that weekend we was there.
No.
I did that drone video there, and it was just like,
You got to go.
So hot.
You got to go back towards the airport and north of the airport to get a clean beach.
Right.
See, what I do is I always tell people, Cartagena is nice, but go to San Andreas if you want some real nice beaches.
Okay, no. Don't be telling people that, man. Don't be telling people the different spots to go to.
Hey, if y'all in Cartagena, y'all want to do something off the beaten path, I would highly suggest my homegirl Nora. She's a travel agent. She has a great company. Hit her up on WhatsApp. Only for the tours. Only. That's all they do. The number on that one is going to be +57 300 328 4190. They was able to pick us up from the airport, take us on a tour. We did the mud thing for the day. And
the volcano
mud.
Yep.
And because we got in so early, we went and did the mud thing. And by the time we was done, it was time to check into the Airbnb. It was able to drop us off. She able to get me all around with just me and my girlfriend. And we went on a day tour to different beaches and whatnot. Had our own private boat, food and whatnot for the whole day. And I think it cost me about, I want to say 280, which was well worth it. By the time we got back, we was
So wait, a private boat in Cartagena is about $300.
A private boat for the day. We left at about 9, 10 in the morning. We didn't get back till about 5, 6 in the afternoon.
Okay, I'm down with that.
And we went. They took us out, showed us something different. We went to like 4 different beaches. It's actually on my YouTube, that my Bora Bora thing. And my girl was able to go paddle boarding. We went snorkeling. We just went swimming. They just took us to these different places. The private boat. We went to Bora Bora, which is like a nice posh place. Is where you kind of see the beds laid out and whatnot. It was just beautiful.
So,
the water was clean.
So let's clarify. So that was $300 or 300 mil?
$300, $300 USD for me
about
and
$1
my
million
girl.
pesos.
Yeah, for me and my girl. So that was like a great bay day right there.
Right. Before an entire day, that's an
That's
excellent
good.
price.
Private and going to different islands.
We did private, went to different islands. My homeboy Mark did that. They have many beaches and whatnot, and different things.
Yeah.
Most definitely a really good look to hit Nora up.
We got someone here asking, you ever brought a woman to the States from Colombia or Brazil?
No, sir. We dine out. We don't take home. Okay.
So the official answer is you can't unless she has her own visa. If she's got her own visa,
I'm cool.
then
Come on.
Yeah. It means she could do it. No
that's
problem.
exactly it. There's nothing stopping her. Whether or not you're with her, if she's got her own visa, there's no way. I mean, she's obviously got a couple of bucks to rub together.
Yep.
And she's been to the U.S. because they really don't just hand out visas to just anybody.
Especially
It
now.
means she's got some property. It means she's got something of value and worth here in Colombia to get that visa. Trying to pay for a visa for her will actually get her declined.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. We got a question here. Is Bora Bora like 3 hours away? One of those beaches are like 3 hours away. We're talking about Cartagena.
No,
It's
I would
not
like
3
to
hours
say
away.
no. It's like an
30
hour.
minutes? Or it's about an
by
hour?
boat, yeah. But you see, I couldn't really tell you because we stopped in certain places, and Bora Bora wasn't the final place, but that was like one of the best places. But no, it's not 3 hours away. I would say we probably spent about 3 hours on the water because we was going everywhere. But it's not that far. It's a good day trip. It's not something you're going to do and come back. You're not going to go in the morning and meet up for people at lunch back in Cartagena. If you're going to go out there, go and enjoy it. Don't try to.
Someone asked for that tour guide number one more time.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'll give you.
I'm actually going to type it in here. They want it in the chat, so I'm going to put it in here.
There it is. Nora, her name's Nora. Let her know Bacchus hit you up. They're a group of ladies that run a very nice, respectable tour. Hit them up. Let them know you're coming out there. They'll send you a PDF of what they have, and you just choose what you want to do. Prices, man, look, bro.
Keyword is respectable.
Respectable. They're all for tours and whatnot. If you want, nighttime play, you're on your own. You know how to get that. But for that one, it'll be +57 300 328 4190. They got it all. They do tours. Bora Bora. They go to city tours. Everything you need for like respectable. They're not gonna bust you in the head, most definitely.
So I'll pin that at the top for you guys for right now. I'm gonna keep it pinned for a little bit so you guys could get that number, that information. So let me see here. We got that. Someone says right here, Terabamba Island has a nice spot for beach day trips. Yeah, I actually done that. I actually done Terabamba. I actually enjoyed it there.
Next time I go out there, I'm going to the Pink Sea, man. I was out there and it wasn't pink, so I need to go back.
In January, in like the third week of January, there's an Afro music festival in Cartagena.
I'm gonna call Nora and see what she's talking about. I'll let one-stop shop. I just call her and say, hey, I'm coming this time. I want to do this, and that. 2 days later, she had my itinerary, sent her PayPal her the money, and we was good.
Nice. Yeah, so definitely hit up Nora and so forth so that you guys can get a nice little, tour guide and so forth. For me, I actually enjoy Cartagena. That's one of the places I've been to, like, I think 2-3 times or so. But, of course, you stop me from saying the other location because that's like my favorite spot to go to.
You'll be telling folks, y'all go back to Sosua.
Yeah, Sosua's a place to be, man. You get everything you need.
That's right. Everything y'all need.
We just lying. We
Everything y'all need is in Sosua. Ain't nothing y'all need in Colombia.
We bullshit.
But saying that place I'm talking about,
man,
it ain't it ain't what they want anyway. It ain't got everything that
you know want, what? So. You're absolutely right because it's not big on pay for play.
Exactly.
You got to bring something with you.
Exactly. Bring your
San
girl.
Andreas.
Yeah.
Right. I was actually calling because I'm a scuba diver, so I want to go San Andreas to scuba dive. Plus, I heard some of the people over there speak English too, so we got connects over there. So most definitely.
So if you're going to San Andreas, you need to get your underwater gear straight.
I got a BYO underwater gear.
I'm taking pictures.
Man, I'm GoProing it, bro. I got some. Look, I'm not buying any more. No.
Yeah, if you guys ever see
I'm gonna get a GoPro and call it a day. Hey, Ken, I need to borrow that 9. That GoPro 9, please, sir.
Within my intro, you guys can see that if you see like the fish in the water, that's from San Andreas in my intro. So it's as clear as you could ever think of that water. It's nice. They have exotic fish that are there, different colors, whatever you could think of. So check out the intro. You'll see that is a nice place to go to. And of course, it's not, it's not your DR spot. And here's my thing. I'm gonna say that to me, I think the beach is better than what DR has. That's just me. I just think
DR got a
cool.
beach. So Sue got a beach.
So Sue's got a beach.
That's the main reason why they go. Well, one of the main reasons why they like going there.
So Sue's got a beach.
Yeah.
I ain't
got
not
a
a
beach.
look, I ain't not a net seen one person. Please post a picture of the beach.
You know what?
So,
You know what? Here's the thing I learned while I lived there. Dominicans like the rivers.
Yeah,
They don't like the
understand
beaches.
that. I'm
They'll
like,
do the
why?
beaches for Semana Santa, but those are rich Dominicans from Santo Domingo.
Really?
Regular Dominicans like the beaches, like the
river,
rivers,
down by the
because
river.
they don't want to get darker.
Oh, okay, there we go.
They don't want to hang out in the sun to get darker, but at the river they can hang out in the trees
Because it's shaded usually. Okay.
because it's shaded.
Right.
Exactly.
And they want to spend that money in Boca Chica.
You know what?
But I tell you, that was the biggest difference I saw between Colombia and Dominican Republic is Colombians will jump in the water at the beach, at the river, wherever they happen to be, that quick.
Oh yeah, they love the water.
They don't mind getting their hair wet because they're not wearing weaves.
Yeah, it's for the American girls. Where she at?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I realized when you said that too? Now that you said that, I see the same thing in Philippines. For the darker skinned Filipinos, they prefer to go to the river because they're already dark. The light skinned ones, they have no problem. They'll go to the beach.
Right.
Yeah. That kind of
So the name. I'm sorry. So we're.
my name
Bacchus.
Bacchus.
Our weapons. His name Bacchus. So it's actually in the title. You'll see his name. So it's actually there. You'll be able to see that. So
Yeah, I've used Narabout. I've been there twice, and I think we used it for both times. So, yeah, most definitely.
yeah. So here he has another thing. He says here, I met this Indian and Spanish girl in Cartagena. She is Master Zia, I think it is. Any advice for a guy who meets a beautiful woman in Cartagena? Should I stay away or pursue it? Man, I mean, for me, I look at it as this, man. If your Spanish is good, you have to do your investigation on her.
Right.
You gotta have to
You got to run the whole facts. You gotta double check to make sure it's all legit. Just take your time. If your game's tight, if you know what's up and you don't simp, you just take your time. Because
If she goes with cards on the table, if you meet her at 2 p.m. and she's in your crib naked at 5 p.m.,
you already know what time it is.
you know what time it is. Don't act like you brand new in town.
Right.
especially meet her at the clock tower. You already know what's up.
Right. The clock tower, the beach, whatever. Regular girls are not going to just go with gringos unless you really roll in like that. Like if you got a house with its own pool and you not sitting behind the driver's seat of your car. There are some opportunistic women who will make an exception, but you know what time it is if she goes with you too quick. And if you say you don't know what time it is, you're lying to yourself. You know what's up.
Well, we got something from Jay Clyde. He says right here, what city is y'all in? Of course, we got the backdrop for you. We're back in Medellin, man. Oh, yo, he just touched down today as well.
Jay Clyde?
Man. Yeah, Jay Clyde, man.
Oh, man.
I gotta see what out here, man. You know what?
Might be in these
leaving.
streets tonight, man. I got a hall pass tonight. I'm going to go down to the local church. I'm going to try to feed some of the homeless.
You know
and
what?
Read the Bible.
It's about time for mass.
It's
about time for
mass
that
is
8
coming
p.m.
up real soon.
It's about time for that 8 o'clock mass. They're gonna have you in and out in 50 minutes.
We baked some chicken to help, feed the starving children on the streets. I got a couple of dollars, so we'll be out there, handing it out.
And you know what? If you really feel the need to help some single moms, Fase Dos, La Isla,
Yeah, stay there.
Luna Lunera,
La Mansion.
and La Mansión. If you really want to help some single moms,
If you guys really know what's happening, if you look at the backdrop, it's actually pointing at the mansion. So if you know, you see. I know it's kind of dark right now. You might not be able to see it, but that's where we're pointing.
Yeah.
And that bridge, I forgot what's the name of that bridge.
I never knew the name of that bridge. I just like that it changes colors.
Yeah, it's cool. We got a nice backdrop. The airport, the local airport that's back that way.
So we got one. I'm probably gonna take next couple more comments, and I'm probably gonna end this because we're going over an hour. But we have from Elliot Belt. He says, "Any comment on the devil's breath trick?"
The devil's breath trick.
The flower is grown here.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing.
Yes.
Make them shower before you get down. When you pull up, if you bring any chica back and y'all turning up whatnot, cool, babe. Hey, let's take this in the shower. Wash it all off because these girls would like to put it on their chest so they could just bury you in there. And next thing you know,
It's a wrap. So we got one last one. Everyone said from words are weapons. He says, which is better in your opinion? In your opinion, Rio or Cartagena? So I'm gonna start with you
They
first,
are
James.
different. They are just different. It's not better or worse. It's just different. And your experience will be tempered by your ability to communicate.
I would say Cartagena is very small. It's very tight. You might see one person at 8 o'clock in the morning. You might see that same person later on in the day. It's a very small place. Rio is massive, and you have so much more to see and do and go. But yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with James on this one. It all depends on.
I mean, if your Portuguese game is strong, you will have a different experience in Rio or Sao Paulo or any of those other places than if your Portuguese isn't strong. You will have a different experience if you have a friend or two that is a local. My first time, I met a couple of people that, while I didn't speak Portuguese, we could communicate via Google Translate. And that's how we ended up on the top of that mountain and that restaurant, away from all other tourists. There was nothing but you Brazilians in that restaurant and us.
I suggest if you want to see the real of any city, fill in the blank city name.
Get away from the tourist spots.
Get a local.
That's 100.
Get a local. Of course, these places you want to go, you want to still see the tourist stuff, the Christ and whatnot. Yeah, you want to get that for the gram. Cool, no problem. But get off that beaten path, most definitely, for you to get the most authentic.
Do some research, and don't just go where all the tourists go. Because if you go where all the tourists go, you're going to pay top dollar, and you're only going to see what everybody else that isn't from there has already seen.
Damn, right now to tell you the truth, I'm so want to put the link in here to have Jay Clyde join us. I so want to do that because he spends a lot of time in Rio and also in here in Medellin and so forth, in Cartagena. I also want to get his take, but I guess you let me know if you want to jump in and be cool. But I don't know if you guys met Jay Clyde.
No, I haven't met him yet.
Oh man, you're a cool brother, man. You guys gotta link up with him, man. Very cool. I'm gonna say this one thing. I'm gonna leave it at that because Lucinda says, will you buy booty? So I'm gonna say this. So when you're in a relationship, you're buying booty. If you get married,
I ain't even getting that.
exactly. You get married, you're buying booty. Because no matter what, you ain't gonna be. She ain't gonna want to be with you unless you're spending money on her.
There's a reason why chicks don't date broke dudes. You gotta have something.
Yeah, you got to have JOB if you want to be with me.
Yeah,
and you know that. I'm sure you can
no romance without no finance.
Yeah.
And how old is that song? Exactly.
I think it's a remake.
So don't be acting like y'all new in town.
Yeah.
Tell me the last broke brother, because brothers will go out with a chick working at McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
But the reverse may or may not be true.
No, yeah, it never happened.
Nah.
Unless a millionaire dude, a six-figure dude.
But you know what? I'll take that back, because there are some African countries that are hotspots for older European women to get with brothers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's all the time. Yeah.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah, they got that too. DR.
Dominican.
Hanky. Jamaica.
Sankey Pankies is what they're called, but in Punta Cana.
And in Jamaica, a lot of African American women, they go down there and spend their money on the Jamaican men.
I mean, come on now.
So
Y'all know how Stella got her groove back.
We all know for a fact, a six-figure dude will most definitely date a chick working at McDonald's, but a six-figure chick would not even look a brother that's the manager at McDonald's. He ain't looking at. So we know that. So it's all good. She can say what she wants. She know what it is.
So there's the answer to your question. No romance with no finance. Who did that song?
Sound like a Rick James song. But
no, it wasn't. It was a female singer.
Who didn't do that song? That'd be a shorter list.
So let's not act like it's just men.
Right.
Oh yeah, especially European women, when they be going ham out there in Africa. They be on their what? They
be going
poking out.
They be going ham in Dominican Republic. Yeah. I'm not kidding. The term is Sanky Pankies for men that go hunting for these women on vacation.
Yeah, you know what? I was going to do a show on this. My boy, unfortunately, he's staying in Dominican Republic right now. We were supposed to do a show on this, but unfortunately, we couldn't, make it happen. Or whatever. That's around 4th of July. But nonetheless, yeah, that does happen a lot.
I mean, you go to Western Union on any given day, you go see somebody. Tell me I'm lying. You go see somebody paying for a local dude's cell phone number, and she's gonna be all hugged up. He's gonna be all hugged up on her until the bill's paid, and then she might not see him for the rest of the trip.
It's a wrap.
Especially in the Philippines, boy, they'd be a line around the corner.
So let's not act like it's only going one way.
Safety.
Yeah, well, here's one more last question. Oh man, you guys are holding me. This is overtime. So from Elliot Belt, he says Rio versus Cartagena safety. Which one is more safer? I guess is what he's probably asking.
Get your weight up.
The favelas are no joke.
Don't go. No, you better be.
The favelas are no joke whatsoever.
In Rio, this is in Rio,
and they got favelas outside of Rio too.
No, but even like Colombia. They got them here too.
The barrios here are also dangerous. Again, it's just different. So keep your head on a swivel. Know where you are. Don't get trashed around people you don't know.
Yeah, that's 100 right there.
Yeah, everybody ain't your friend.
Everybody ain't your friend. We were in Cali about a year or so ago. And we were with Gus, and is Willis watching this? Willis Howell?
I don't see Willis.
Okay, so Willis and Gus was taking us on a tour. Willis and Gus were walking ahead, and as they walked by, this guy heard them speaking English, and he just muttered under his breath Americanos, but he didn't know I was with them. So I spotted him following us around Cali for about 15, 20 minutes. There are folks that will take notice of you by how you talk or how you carry yourself. Don't flex. They call it no dar papaya. Don't give papaya. Don't look so different.
You come out here with the chain, the jewelry, flexing, stunting on the granddaddy, making it rain,
holding the phone up, doing video.
You know
what happens?
Don't
do that. Because you know what happens? And you think it don't happen during the day, but it happens during the day because traffic is heavy and people on motorcycles can get away.
Yep.
They will stop you. The dude on back will have a gun. He will take your chain, your watch, and your phone in 5 to 10 seconds and be gone.
They even robbed you in the taxi cab.
And they were robbing
the dude that happened last night. He got shot in the taxi cab. He was just rolling. One thing, if you're in a taxi, man, make sure that window is up. And your phone is tucked because they will just ride by and snatch your phone and keep on pushing. You stuck in traffic, you ain't going nowhere.
Yep. Especially in the Central. If you're going rolling through Central, it's havoc over there. So
for safety, you just got to keep your head on a swivel. You just always
know where you are. Those videos that you've seen, by contrast, those videos you've seen of kids running up to somebody and grabbing the backpack in Rio, that shit is real too.
Amazon, they got a lot of travel safe things. There's like a pouch you can put underneath your pants. I particularly like these pants because they got zippers. Most definitely, I'll put money in there or whatnot. Or what I just like to do is I keep absolutely nothing. If I have one of my trusted locals, I let them hold everything for me because they're gonna look at me and Yeah, man. Try to just watch out. You just walking around yelling, speaking English, whatever. You might be the man in X hood that you're from, but you are just a victim everywhere else.
You're just a target, and it's not necessarily a malicious thing, but the reality is, we spend more on vacation than some of these people make in a month.
Your flight alone. You have
probably even 3 months,
right? Between the flight, the hotel, and buying like food, you are definitely spending more than some of these people. Average income here in Colombia is about the equivalent of like $300 a month.
Yeah.
When's the last time either of you stayed in an Airbnb that was less than $300 for the
night?
For the week.
A night? I don't know.
For the night, yeah, that's a pimp spot. But a week, I mean, places I've stayed are like $85 a night.
And then we're still going out spending $200 a night.
Yep.
And then we're still going out drinking and eating. We're spending $200 a day, easy.
Yeah.
And they know this. They're not stupid.
Oh yeah.
Because it's on the news, just like their situation is on the news in the U.S.
Yep, they was counting our money.
Exactly. And
you just got the stimulus check. I know you got money.
Exactly. Yeah. So they know what's going on. They know what time it is. And there are some who feel that because we have so much, we should share.
Yeah, because sharing is caring, right?
Especially when it's with sharing and caring.
Sharing is caring.
But I don't share and care.
I don't care that much to share.
Exactly. I don't do
So it's know the dynamic and know that there are people who think you owe them a living.
Yep.
Regardless of where because that mentality is in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
We got another super chat here, man. You guys holding me. It's all good. I enjoy being here.
Ain't nobody twisting your arm, man.
My rap was downstairs, man. I'm trying to get my food, man. It's Saturday night. Y'all gonna hold me up. Already got my red Solo cup.
They calling, you know what I mean? No, I'm joking. But we got something from Worship the King. $5 super chat says, last question: Rio versus DR versus Colombia. Your favorite woman overall? You got to pick one. Here's the thing, each country is all.
I do not have to pick just one because they're all different.
It's different styles, man. It's like having the ability to say you have a sports car, you got a Jeep, and you got a sedan. It's like, which one's best?
Right.
Well, it depends on what am I doing. If I'm hitting the strip this weekend, I'm gonna take the sports car with the little lady. If I gotta go pick up moms and the family from the airport, I'm gonna take the Jeep. It's a different thing for whatever you like.
Sometimes you got a taste for ribs. Sometimes you got a taste for steak. Sometimes you got a taste for chicken. Sometimes you got a taste for shrimp.
Do all and then get back to us.
Right.
See, I'm gonna tell you
buy a plane ticket and go some places and see, and then look in the mirror and answer that question. And I bet you're not gonna be able to answer it.
Yeah, but as much as I can say for me is that I'm gonna tell you what I like about each country. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Right. That's exactly it. So
you can't just really pick one. Like for me, I love the beauty of Colombia, especially Medellin. I love Paisa. I love their look. For DR, I love the attention that they give you and the freakiness as well. I like some of that toxicity. But see, we see the DR women, they're toxic. So it's like, they love being toxic, and it's like, but that whole thing, that's just me. See, for me, Brazil, I was fine. I enjoyed what was going on in Brazil. It was nice. I thought that here, for me, Brazilian women, I know a lot of people are not gonna like me for this, but I don't think that there's a lot of beautiful Brazilian women, but I love their bodies. They got that body.
Brazilian women and women in Medellin stay in the gym.
Yeah.
Women in Cali and women in Cartagena don't stay in the gym as much. Women in DR outside of Santo Domingo don't stay in the gym. Chicks in Santo Domingo will stay in the gym.
Yeah, and they love that Presidente too much. You be seeing that belly for those that don't be in the gym.
Rice and beans. Because a 50-pound bag of rice is $20. Rice and beans. We'll put it on every single time. So no, we're not gonna pick just one.
you trying to get it to say overall.
Right.
You know what?
No.
You know what?
Not happening.
I'm gonna have to, because since I'm married a Colombian, so hey, I'm gonna say.
Well, but you know what? You picked. You voted with your dollars, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing about it. So
Don't rush into it. Try it all. Enjoy it all. Live
Yeah.
your life. When
Travel.
something hits you, it's going to hit you right, and then you know which you want to be.
Right.
and
That's
check
exactly
out Asia
it.
too. Go to Asia.
Yeah,
Don't
Yeah,
forget
go
that.
some different
There's
places.
a lot more than just those three, right? There's so much more to this world. You got to remind you're looking at a very small target. Nobody's talking about Europe. Nobody's talking about Asia, the Australias. Nobody's talking about over there. There's so much more to the world. So it's whatever you like. Don't let nobody shame you. Do your own damn thing. Rick Ross. But it's been a good night. I really enjoyed this. The view was awesome. All right.
Bienvenido a Medellin.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one thing before I end this. I'm gonna say, yeah, I stay Victoria's Secret. I be lacing my wife up with a lot of
His
nice,
wife,
yeah.
not no random.
Right.
His wife. There's a difference.
Okay, you know what? You just mentioned that. How long did you take to get to know her, and how long did it take before y'all became serious?
About 3 years. So 3 years of knowing each other, and then basically been married for about 3 years. Well, going on 3 years now. So about 6 total.
6 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it takes some time. You definitely got to take the time out. And I was here like every other week, just here. That was beforehand when I was able to travel more. But now life has changed, so it is what it is. But nonetheless, hey, I got the time to know her. Make sure you get the time to know the person that you're talking with.
And she probably shot you down a couple of times at first, didn't she?
Well, she, you know how flaky, spices are. So it was one of those situations. So
The reason she's not here right now. It took too long getting ready. He was like,
so that's the whole situation. So, but nonetheless, we went in the long haul. So it's well worth it. But nonetheless, let me go ahead and end this. Well, first, I forgot to address it when we first got on the live. Is the fact that sorry for you guys that I didn't do the open panel this past Thursday, but I'm gonna do it this coming up Thursday. So we're gonna be touching on Thailand. So be ready for that talk show. I'll be ready for that actual show of going over Thailand. And the funny thing is, on my way coming here, I actually met up with Jimbo. He was actually on my airplane, on my flight coming to Medellin. So he probably gonna be live from Medellin when we do Thailand, and I'm sure he's gonna bring a lot of comedy as well. So nonetheless, thank you guys for joining us, for being on this live on this podcast. Definitely appreciate it. Of course, like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And also, James, I want to come back and get an interview with you about being an expat, because I think that's going to be a dope interview to get your perspective of what it's like living in DR, Colombia, and wherever else you decide you want to move to or so, because I think that's something important.
Folks in the U.S. are damn crazy. It is, and it's a beautiful thing watching it from 2,000 miles away.
yeah, because when he tired of the bullshit, he just changed the channel. Like, next.
Pretty much. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some bullshit here too. But current events, they took COVID seriously here.
Yeah.
From the president on down. And we were locked down for a good 7-8 months. Nobody liked it, but
I mean, with this kind of view in a penthouse, I wouldn't mind my damn self.
But you know what? When we were locked down, the streets were empty, and living in a penthouse solo is no fun.
I'll give it a try. My basement ain't.
You'll tough it out.
Yeah, I'll take one
for 6 months, 6-8 months.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
But on that note, we're out of here. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
There we go.
We clear?
And I will.